Hey guys, so I am going to show you what I hope will work out to be our weekly schedule and our annual schedule for the 2017-2018 homeschool year. I will redo this video around Christmas time to let you know how the schedule is working out for us and any modifications that I've made. So I just make this little table on Microsoft Word, and I've done that every year. I don't know if there's a better program to make a schedule, but this works out for us. So where it says trio here, we start each morning with trio, and actually we start each morning with our contributions, which I didn't put in here for some reason this year, but I'll write it in. Our contributions are our chores. So they do morning contributions and they do afternoon contributions. Their morning contributions are simple. They're brushing their teeth, making sure the pets are fed, making sure their rooms are made up and that their breakfast is picked up, things like that. Their afternoon contributions, I will link the video up here so you can see what our contributions are. So where it says trio, that's the official start to our homeschool day, and that is a mixture of these three things, not really in any particular order. So board work, which is a clipboard, so that has their handwriting, their map drill, and a coloring page or a maze, or just a dot-to-dot page, or some riddles, something to just kind of break up their morning work and get their brains engaged, but still implementing the structure for the day. Their group work is their memory, whether it's their hymn study or their Bible verse. Our family Bible study, they have to practice violin for 5 to 10 minutes. We do our calendars, which are actually on their clipboards, and our picture study. And then their independent work is math, and then preschool with Eli. I'm doing preschool with him as they do math, and again, I'll put that video up there. That was the video that I just posted about how I plan to do preschool. This is what I plan to do 5 in a row and a letter of the week kind of thing with Eli while they're doing their math. So every morning we start, it says trio, it looks like one little thing, but this part of our day usually takes us well over an hour, and that is the start of every homeschool day. So then we have, on Mondays, we'll be doing our nature study and our poetry tea time together, and I think we're going to be doing them together. It depends on the weather each day, obviously, but so we'll do those on Mondays. Mondays are going to kind of be our fun day, and I'm looking forward to that. Just kind of a way to ease into the school week, and also for me to do something joyful with them during the school week. I plan on doing their nature study with them myself, and I also plan on enjoying poetry tea time instead of just directing it. And then every day will have the same read aloud during lunchtime, and then recess, which is just an hour. Basically, they can play inside, they can play outside, I don't care. It's just an hour as soon as lunch finishes before we go back to doing this. So then Monday afternoons will be the day that we do our science projects from the week prior, and then our art. And we're using Yellow Spot Sun for art. Tuesdays, again, we start out with trio. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think, are identical. Yes, they are. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are when we are going to do science reading and their notebooking journals. And then also in the afternoons, they'll be doing their story of the world reading and their reading and language. And so for that, the reading is Jesse's all about reading level 2, while Isabella is working on Spanish, and then we'll flip-flop. Well, Bella is working on her reading, which is actually just a language arts curriculum now. She's past just the reading age. Well, she's working on that. Jesse will be reading books on his own. So we'll alternate which child I'm working with and which child will be independent at that time. Wednesdays are a little bit easy because we have a lot of supplemental stuff on Wednesdays. So we'll start off with that trio, which is the board, group, and independent work again. So they're getting their math every day knocked out right away. And then Wednesdays we will do our geography, which we're kind of doing geography every day by doing their map drill, but Wednesdays are when we do the geography lesson through the Simply Charlotte Mason Visits to Europe, and that's when we pull out the Hungry Planet and Material World books and kind of explore those, and I like to give them some time to do that. So that's the only other thing we're doing in the morning. And then Friday, since I already showed you Friday mornings I do grocery shopping, so there's no time for any of that. And then in the afternoons we get together with one of my girlfriends and her kids, and they're also doing Story of the World again this year with us. So 1 week we'll be here at my house doing a history project from the chapter. 1 week we'll be there at her house, and we go back and forth. And it's nice to keep it on Friday afternoons instead of in the mornings, because we usually end up hanging out all day and then ordering dinner together, because both of our husbands tend to work later on Fridays. So that's what our daily schedule or our weekly schedule looks like. Now, I used to fall into the bad habit for me to put times that I want everything done, like 9, 10, 11, 12. It just didn't allow for enough flexibility, and we need a little more flexibility, especially now with the baby. So I got in the habit a couple of years ago of just saying, this is what I hope to get done in the morning, this is what I hope to get done in the afternoon. The mornings can be starting at 9 and finishing at 11, or it can be starting at like 10:30 and just squeaking into lunch. And then the afternoons, on a perfect day, would start right around 1 after that 1 hour lunch break, and we'd be finished by like 2:30 tops. But realistically, I start doing chores, we start getting a little off schedule, and then so we pick up around like 1:32 and finish by like 3:34. So that is it just gives more flexibility, so that if I said I wanted to do this by 10 and it's 10:45, I don't start stressing out, because I want things to be joyful. So Mondays are kind of like a fun day where we're enjoying the learning together. Fridays, we're kind of out of the house a little bit. It's not necessarily a very good day to be doing things like reading textbooks and storybooks and things like that. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, these are our workbook days this upcoming year. Story of the World, science books, language arts, things like that. So that hopefully will be a good schedule for us. I like when things are kind of symmetrical. So these are like not formal days. These are very formal days. This is like the anomaly there because we're out of the house a lot. So we'll see how that works out. Now, moving into our annual schedule, I got this page off of Tina's Dynamic Homeschool Plus website, and I've used the same type of planner page for a few years now. I really like it. We do a 6-in-1 schedule. Some people call it Sabbath schooling, where you do school for 6 weeks and then you take 1 week off. And I'm going to get more into this tomorrow, because I'm going to show you how I plan our school. That's one that I know a lot of you have been wanting to see, is how I plan our school, how I prepare our materials and things along those lines. But we do that 6-in-1 schedule, and that works out well for me to only be planning 6 weeks at a time. So basically what I do is I start, when I'm planning our schedule, I start backwards. So I knew that I wanted to take, obviously, the week of Christmas off. So I started here, and then I counted 6 backwards, and then took a break, 6 backwards, took a break, and figured out where we needed to start the homeschool year. So we will be starting in August. We're starting August 7th, this upcoming Monday. We will have this week off, and then we will have this week in November off, and then we're going to take 2 days for Thanksgiving. We're just going to take the week off for Christmas, although this week up here is going to be kind of a fun week. We're not going to be doing school all the way through December because of my husband's schedule. So probably somewhere between here and here, we'll start to lighten up. We won't do workbooks anymore, and we'll just kind of make some fun school happen. And then we're just going to take New Year's Day off and go right back to it. And then we'll take this week off in February, and then we'll have a spring break in April. And that's it. We'll finish May 18th if all goes well. I think we ended up with a grand total of like 177 days and 36 weeks, which state of Florida, they don't track your days or weeks. You only have to show progress, but I figured it would be appropriate for us to start going kind of more toward the number of weeks that the public schools have in our town, which is 36. I know I had something else I wanted to say about this. Oh, yes. So it looks like we're only taking a week off for Christmas, which doesn't seem like enough of a break. But when you look over at our daily schedule, and we're really only doing real school 3 days a week, real school, workbook school, school on paper 3 days a week, then and then taking all these other breaks throughout the year, we really don't end up needing like a 3-week Christmas break. So that's what our plan is there. If you have any questions about our schedule, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be sharing exactly how I plan out our days and our weeks and how I prepare our homeschooling materials and things along those lines. So I will see you tomorrow for that, and I will talk to you later. Bye.